In the past 3 months, Mauga has been the least picked hero in Overwatch 2 across all skill tiers and platforms. According to Overbuff, he has played even less than Symmetro, with a 0.77% pick rate on PC and one as low as 0.28 on console. But why? I mean, he clearly isn't bad, rocking one of the highest win rates and kill to death ratios, as well as often making the A tier on Flatz's tier lists. So why does nobody want to play him? Well, today I'll be playing some Mauga and discussing exactly why I think he's used so little. Well, let's just start things off with the obvious. I mean, tanks have played less than other roles, right? I mean, there's only one tank on a team and there's 2 DPS, 2 support. But that doesn't quite paint the whole picture. I mean, sure, he is a tank, but he's still the least picked tank. And even if you did know his pick rate, which wouldn't quite accurately represent things, but even if you did, he'd still only be played more than a few characters, like Echo and Sim, right? So clearly there's something else to it here. Clearly there's another part of the picture that you miss. Because that can't be, just him being a tank isn't enough to say why he has a low pick rate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. But yeah, so I think one thing with Mauga is that he's just not fun to play. I mean, I know that is obviously subjective and not everyone agrees, but for the most part, I think that Mauga is just a less enjoyable character than the majority of the Overwatch cast. And I mean, I think the majority of that comes down to do with just the general character design, because you're just kind of stood there shooting, but you don't really feel, it doesn't feel like you do anything else, you know? Like, I'm just stood here shooting, and you know, if I shoot them enough to kill them, then sure, that goes well. If I don't kill them, then we lose. You know, there's not really much else that I bring to the table. Sure, I can charge, sure, I can use my AoE damage reduction and whatnot, but I'm basically just stood there shooting, and I just shoot the entire game. Either I kill them first, or I explode, or my team dies around me. You know what I mean? And so, because there's so little to his overall, like, the overall stuff you need to do to play him, he just kind of naturally becomes more boring, you know? And now this doesn't actually have to be the case just because the character is more simple, more boring, because that's not the case. I mean, Ryan is a very simple character on the face of things, yet he's quite enjoyable in my opinion, and he's a pretty popular character. So, that's not quite it, but I think another thing is that Mauga is kind of a numbers hero, and what I mean by that is, like, similar to someone like Orisa, he's very dependent on whether or not his stats are good, you know? So, if his stats are high and he does a lot of damage, or he has a lot of health, a lot of the self-healing, lifesteal, then he's really good. And if he has bad stats, then he's really bad. I mean, sure, you can say that this is true for all characters, but I think with someone like Mauga, it's even more true. Because, you know, either I shoot them enough to kill them, or I die. Or, like, you know, my team died before I can kill them. He's very, because there's so few things you can do with his kit, he's so dependent on just his raw stats. And that's very similar to someone like Orisa, who also, you know, if she can survive long enough and just take all that pressure, then she's good. But if she can't, then she's bad, you know? And it makes for a very boring kind of playing experience, I guess. But, oh, that's not good. That's not good. Oh, no. It's not ideal. I kind of need to back up here, actually. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Let's actually try and win this game here, shall we? But my point is that, like, because he's so dependent on his numbers, and because there's so few nuances to his kit, so few things that you can do other than just stand there and shoot and take damage, he's kind of less enjoyable to play because, you know, if you're in a bad situation, for example, there's less you can do to get out of it. It's like, especially, like, currently I'd say his stats aren't that bad, like, he's pretty decent, but when his stats are bad, he's just miserable to play because he just can't do anything. And obviously this is true with, like, most tanks, but someone like Mauga and Orisa, it's even more true, you know? So, yeah. Alright, well, let's try and win this game real quick. But, you know, building on what I was saying before, you know, it's like, it doesn't feel like you're doing much on the character, I guess. Like, oh no, how is he alive? Okay, he's not alive, thank god, the burn. but actually got him. But it's like, you know, you're stood there, you're shooting, but like either they die first or you die first, but you're not really doing anything. You know what I mean? And I guess it's also like another thing is also like you don't really feel like a tank. You know, because like I mean you are a tank in the sense that you're very tanky, but you're not a traditional Overwatch tank, I guess you could say, although that's not very true, but you can't really support your team, or at least you don't really notice yourself supporting a team. And although some people would not care about that, I think for me that's quite an important part of a tank's kit and making them enjoyable to play. Like, I know that a lot of the enjoyability in people's things come from just like being able to kill the enemy with them, but when it comes to tanks, I think it's also good for you to be able to help your team. Because, I mean, sure... Oh, no, this is bad. This is bad. I should have ulted there to protect myself. That was a really bad charge in. Yeah, that's entirely my bad. But, like, basically what I'm trying to say, like, sure you can pop your E and you can give some, like, AoE damage reduction and heat, life steal to your teammates and whatnot, but, oh, that's my bad. That's my bad. There's no point in committing now, but, okay, never mind. We're committing. Apparently. But, you know, I'm just kind of stood here shooting, and... Okay, so I killed that guy, you know, that's cool, I killed him, but... It's not like... Even on Mauga, for some reason, it's not even, like, doesn't feel satisfying to actually kill people, you know? You just stood there with your gun just shooting them. This guy needs to die. I'm sorry, Zen, but okay, never mind. Oh, Transforce, that is huge. That is huge. Yeah, that's actually really big. Oh no, that's not good. Alright, but yeah, like do you understand what I'm saying? Because obviously this isn't fully like it's very difficult to pinpoint why a character is boring down to one singular reason. I think that's quite a big thing. Then also it's like if you, I mean it's kind of a problem with tank in general, but as you saw before when I charge in, like if I just make one mistake, take one tiny wrong step, I die. You know, like when I don't have my E on cooldown. Because Mauga, because he has so little variety and utility and things that he can do, I've got their spawn point changed over here now. That's my bad. But because he has like so few things he can do, he just stands there and shoots. When you're in a bad situation, there's not really much you can do to get out of that bad situation. And I think that's honestly kind of a big thing as well. That just makes him less enjoyable to play and less dynamic to play, I guess. It's like, he's very one-dimensional in a way, you know what I mean? So I think that's quite a big thing. I don't really, why is my team, like, why are we so split up? The payload's still over here, to be fair, but like, we need to back off a bit and group up here because this is not ideal. I can't really, yeah, I just need to back up. Actually, wait, Anna run. Oh, Anna's dead. Okay, I'm gone. Okay. That's not good. That's not ideal. I switched to Reaper now. That's not going to be great for me. I only have a Zen. Yeah, I'm just going to explode here, I won't lie. I'm going to get discorded and then just explode to this Reaper. Alright. Oh no. No. Oh my god, he's just dead. Oh my god. That was actually kind of cool. Now I'm running an ult here, and they double support. Hey, at least they used double supports there. That wasn't very necessary. Have a bit of miscommunication between them there. But, if I can kill this Zen. Alright, we win these. I could have charged there, but I wanted to try to reload first, but I just couldn't in time, sadly. Can I kill this guy? No, I can't. Wait, maybe now? Oh no. I have to back up. Oh no. One last thing that I do want to touch on though is that Mauga isn't. Oh no. Well, because Mauga's a newer hero, he's not had time to build up like a dedicated fan base, a dedicated player base, which is another thing. It's not a sole reason, but if you consider, if we look at the pick rate list, we see that Ram is also very low pick rate, and I mean Ballers as well, but that's a separate issue. But like these older characters like Ryan, Diva, Winston and whatnot, they've had more time in the game to build up these fan bases that like consistently play them. But Mauga just hasn't had the time to do that, you know, because he's so new. Oh my god, I live here, I live here. I live here. I need to get out of this blizzard. Big, big, big. We can win these, we can win these. Oh my god, we win these. Let's go! Oh, that's huge. No, but basically because Mauga's a newer character, less people are like committed to just playing him, and that also drops the pick rates down. But I do think that the middle point that I was trying to bring up, just in general, like I know there's quite a lot of stuff packed in there into that one main thing, I guess. But he's just not very enjoyable to play because he's so one-dimensional, I think is the best way of putting it. He's very numbers dependent and he's very one-dimensional, so there's not much you can do. You just stand there shooting, and either they die first or you die, or your team dies. And that's basically all there is to it. So if you enjoyed this new style of video, then let me know in the comments, because this is actually quite a good video type for me to make. And otherwise, I hope you enjoyed, and comment down your thoughts on why Mauga is maybe not the best hero, or if you disagree and you really enjoy playing Mauga, let me know why. So yeah, I'll see you next time.